As a new day begins on championship week, top-seeded California Baptist steps onto the field rested and ready after earning the coveted bye. Utah Valley arrives fresh off a gritty day one victory, looking to keep that momentum rolling. It's an early showdown with big stakes as the Wolverines and Lancers battle for a spot closer to the title. Our bracket is brought to you by University Credit Union, the official financial institution partner of the Western Athletic Conference. Utah Valley and Utah Tech earning victories in the first round on day one. Southern Utah and UT Arlington face an elimination game. 4 games on tap today as we welcome you to Tarleton State Softball Complex. I'm Kendra Sheehan alongside Byron Anderson, and we have a good one brewing between a top pitching team in the league in California Baptist and Utah Valley, who has the highest team batting average in the WAC.
Yeah, usually this time of year, it's pitching that pays off. The better pitching normally wins, but that's why they play the game. We've got a huge slate of games today, 4 on tap. Can't wait to see what happens in this first one.
A lot to look forward to today as we look at how the Wolverines got here yesterday, taking on Southern Utah. It was Lily Riley inside the circle. The workhorse pitched a complete game, 4 strikeouts, gave up 9 hits, and then the offense was catapulted by the pinch hitter, Bailey Marvin, a 2 RBI single to get things going, and then Brittany Moreno, the leadoff for Utah Valley, the go-ahead sac fly. Wolverines take day one 3-2 over Southern Utah.
Yeah, really a fun game to watch yesterday. Well played. Sacrifice fly, not normally something you write home about, but it got the job done and got Utah Valley the win.
Our featured players are brought to you by Game One and Adidas, the brands behind your brand, the official apparel partners of the Western Athletic Conference. For the Lancers, it's the WAC Freshman of the Year, Kenzie Ferrier-Pahilon.
Yeah, and you can see the numbers right there. 18 RBIs, a 400 batting average. That OPS is ridiculous. She plays second base. That's not actually her normal position, but she's played there well as well. Good, well-rounded player that's a lot of fun to watch.
Our first look at the top seed, California Baptist, taking on the 4 seed Utah Valley. First pitch and lineups on the other side of the break. Tarleton State Softball Complex, a look at the WAC Pitcher of the Year inside the circle, Miranda D. Nava, an absolute workhorse for this program. 2.24 ERA, 178 innings pitched, 164 strikeouts. She's the WAC Pitcher of the Year for a reason. Her command inside the circle has been incredible this season.
Just looking at those numbers makes my shoulder and arm kind of sore. 8 innings. Workhorse, we may need to come up with new terminology for that to describe something different, because she has been the woman inside the circle this year.
Your battering lineups are brought to you by Gatorade. Gatorade is proud to support the Western Athletic Conference. Gatorade, created to hydrate better than water. Utah Valley at the plate first. It's her leadoff batter, Brittany Moreno, followed by Angelique Mann and Amber Rodriguez due up for the Wolverines. These two teams met back on April 27th and 28th. The Wolverines very familiar with DeNava. She pitched a complete game, 7 innings. As Moreno swings on the first pitch, she sees Russell Millen can't handle it, and she'll slide into second base. Good start here for the Wolverines early.
Yeah, right out on top. They know she's going to throw strikes. DeNava's going to put it down the pipe somewhere to hit it. That time got out in front of one, drove it down the third base line, got it to go off the glove, and great job of stretching it into a double. She pushes to second base, and off and running are the Wolverines.
That'll bring up Angelique Mann and Rodriguez due up. Mann showing bunt. Third baseman Russell Millen comes over, gets the out, but advances Moreno over to third base. So Mann comes in and does her job. Look at the defensive alignment for the Lancers. Severance, Medellin, and Robinson in the outfield. Russell Millen, Pilon, Peterson, Annette. Your infield, Madrigal behind the dish, and your WAC pitcher of the year inside the circle.
They've been really good defensively all year. It's not just the pitching. Obviously, that's a big part of it, but getting good play behind her is DeNava, and that's why they've been so good, pitching and defense and timely hitting throughout the season.
Rodriguez has been a staple for this program. Junior from California, Northview High School. Second team all WAC selection. It's her 3rd year with the program. But back to this matchup, March 27th and 28th, because DeNava pitched a total of 18 innings. The second game went to 11 as Rodriguez shows bunt. Russell Millen comes over to get the out, but 1 run comes across in Moreno.
Yeah, good job there. Got the bunt down, just not good enough to get the runner home. That's really what you're trying to do. Good job by the third baseman to come up, check the runner back to third, and then go over to first and get the out. Those things seem really simple, but they're tough to do.
Or actually, Moreno staying put over there at third base. As Hall is up now, so 2 outs on the board. Moreno opted to play it safe there from head coach Cody Thompson's squad.
Yeah, kind of an odd time to bunt, unless you know, that's something when you lay one down like that, kind of the running bunt, where you see something, you think there's an opening there that you might actually be able to get on base. You're not necessarily trying to get the run in.
And that one, a wild throw, and Moreno does come home there, so Utah Valley strikes first early. 1-0 Wolverines.
DeNava, that one got away from her a little bit, up high in the zone, and just ran off the glove of her catcher behind the dish, Madrigal. And that scores the first run of the game. And again, that aggressive base running from Utah Valley. Another team can do a little bit of everything offensively, hit it, bunt it. They can run well, and you see that pay off for them early in this one. Another good hitter coming up here, Tatum Hall, who's been good this season at the plate.
Tatum Hall has had one of her best seasons yet. Has a sister on the program, which we haven't gotten, unfortunately, to talk about. Peyton Hall, who is out for the tournament. Peyton Hall, the older sister, junior, to Tatum Hall, the sophomore. But the benefit, now they get to graduate together. As a big swing and a miss from Tatum Hall. Miranda DeNava gets her first strikeout of the game, but not before 1 run comes across. CBU at the plate when we come back.
University Credit Union has been serving students, employees, and alumni of the university community for more than 70 years. We've got plenty of moves that benefit our members, like the lowest loan rates in the nation guarantee, educational resources, personalized savings and investing advice, and 24/7 online and mobile banking. Plus, our virtual assistant, Royce, is always happy to deliver an assist. University Credit Union, the winning choice. Learn more and join today at ucu.org.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your order fresh right in front of you. And let me tell you, watching that can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, baby-like wonder, anticipatory chewing, nervous pacing, happy claps, and finally, jealousy, because that's this guy's sub. I should order one. Good idea.
Get the Boardwalk Bundle, a number 2 sub, chips and a drink for $10.99. Available for a limited time.
It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Clutch Seats. Get in on the action. Don't miss the save. Scoring tickets has never been easier. Get your tickets now at soldout.com. Soldout.com is a proud partner of the Western Athletic Conference.
Strikes first as the 4 seed. Now it's California Baptist at the plate. Your batting lineups brought to you by soldout.com. Soldout.com, the official ticket resale marketplace for the Western Athletic Conference. You have Russell Millen, Severance, and Farrier Pilon for the Lancers. Inside the circle for the Wolverines, it's a familiar face if you watched yesterday. Lily Riley, there's a look at your batting order. Riley looking to go the distance, pitched that complete game yesterday, 4 strikeouts, a big part of the reason the Wolverines advanced here to play California Baptist, looking to do the similar thing that Dinava did. She pitched 18 innings against this program when the two matched up late in March.
Yeah, you see some of her stats there, 5.7, and there's the numbers on the season, 16-8 with a 3.70 ERA. Second team all-conference player, features a full arsenal, fastball, rise ball, curve, and has developed a drop ball and changeup in the last year that has really opened things up for her and really made her very versatile and the best pitcher for this Utah Valley squad.
Malaki Millen Russell leading off for the Lancers, the 5'4" senior from Willows, California. It's her 3rd year with the program. Last year, she broke the Division I era single-season record for walks drawn, so she shows a ton of discipline at the plate. One of 4 seniors on this California Baptist roster. WAC Coach of the Year, Brandon Telesco for the Lancers said these 4 seniors have been huge as Russell Millen pops that one up. Hall at second base there to make the grab.
Good play there. Get the out. Just an easy pop fly in the infield.
For the Lancers, number 1, Maddie Severance.
Defensive alignment for the Wolverines. Looks similar to yesterday. Rodriguez, Mann, and Sturzer in the outfield. Binney at third, Moreno at short, Hall at second, Haygood at first, Higuereta behind the dish, Riley inside the circle. As Severin swings on that first pitch, pops it out to left field. Rodriguez there for out number 2.
Good catch there. Again, nice play, attacking the first pitch. But, yeah, you look at their defense, and you got a lot of different people on the defense. They're first team or second team all-conference. Moreno, first team all-conference. Hall, first team all-conference up the middle. And then Ben is second team all-conference at third base. And, of course, the pitcher, second team all-conference as well. So you got a pretty solid group. And then in center field, Mann can track one down as well. And that was one of the things the head coach Thompson said about their outfield is we saw that catch there. Feels like the ability to bring in a new coach in Haley Brown, and she's working with the outfielders, really feels like she's getting to helping them get to maybe that one extra ball you need to get to save games throughout a game.
Brown spent 3 years of her career playing at the University of Utah, actually under head coach Cody Thompson. A 2023 World Series appearance with the Utes. So we get a look at our WAC Freshman of the Year, Farrier Pilon, at the plate. The hometown kid, born in Riverside, calls Murrieta, California her home, a 2024 state champion. She was actually recruited by the old staff at California Baptist, but head coach Brandon Telesco has certainly been pleased with her rookie campaign.
Yeah, she's playing really well. Again, another one of those players that has a lot of versatility, plays well on the defensive side of things for the Lancers, and then offensively she can do a little bit of everything. She can slap it if she needs to. She's got the power to drive the ball as well. Just good flexibility. And that's kind of what you see from a lot of these teams, the ability to do a lot of different things, not really just kind of relegated to one or two things. They can do a lot of different things, and it makes all the difference because you need that flexibility, and it comes in even more important in a tournament like this when there's so many different things asked of you by so many different teams.
Farrier Pilon has had 175 at-bats this season, only struck out 7 times.
Yeah, that's really, really good. Anytime your strikeouts are anywhere near your walks, you're feeling good. Even if both those numbers are high, if you can get on base at a high percentage and not strike out a lot, put the ball in play. And as important as that is in baseball and softball, I think it's even more important as the hit shot out there to left field because of just how quickly everybody has to field the ball and get it across with the shorter bases. If you can put it in play more often, you're going to get on base more.
First hit of the day for California Baptist. Farrier Pilon rips that one into the gap of left center field, and that'll bring up Michaela Medean.
See how Farrier Pilon did a good job of shortening up her swing with 2 strikes and kind of turned into a slap hitter going the other way, just waiting for that ball to travel. And when it got there, she punched it out into left field.
Medean, the senior from California. It's her first year with the program, a transfer in from Long Beach, a first-team all-WAC selection. Had quite the year last year in the Big West. Single season home run, runs scored, and RBI record for Long Beach in their Division I era. 2023 Big West Freshman of the Year. Head coach Brandon Telesco says he may be biased, but he believes she is one of the best players in the conference.
Well, there's no doubt he's biased. All coaches are, but he's right in this case. I mean, and the numbers you talked about him don't lie. 354 on the season, 13 home runs, 13 doubles, and a couple of triples as well. 62 hits on the season. That's near the top for that team. Only one player ahead of her, and that's the young lady that's on first base. So, yeah, he's biased, but he's also right. And both those things can be true. They don't have to be mutually exclusive.
13 home runs on the year, 13 doubles, 2 triples, has only struck out 21 times as she'll rip that one past the second baseman, Hall, to get on base. Farrier Pilon gonna go all the way to third, just like that. CBU has corners on.
A good job by Mann in center field as that ball just gets past the second baseman, Hall. And you can see Mann get on that one and get it in quickly into second base, preventing the double and keeping the runner at third with 2 outs is huge in this position.
That's one of the things Angelique Mann does so well in the outfield. Head coach Cody Thompson gonna have a word with his pitcher, Lily Riley. Settle her down as CBU finds a little bit of momentum here with 2 outs on the board.
Yeah, this is, all at bats are big at bats throughout a game, but this one especially with Utah Valley getting a run in the top of the first inning, to get that hold in the bottom of the first against the team that hasn't played yet in the tournament and keep them off the board. Sometimes when you're the high-seeded team and you get that bye, it takes you a while to get going. CBU on the other side, if you can get a run up on the board, makes you feel good and kind of relaxed, and you're back in that position you used to be in all season, being the top seed where you've been out ahead in games, and they're really comfortable, as most teams are, either playing tied or playing with a lead.
Credit to what Brandon Telesco has done with this program. A lot of question marks coming in. A new head coach, just 4 seniors. One of those seniors at the plate, Ashley Annette, 4th year with the program. This year batting .316, has put up 50 hits, driven in 44 runs. She's another one, low strikeout numbers, just 8 times at 158 at-bats.
She's been really good, but I want to talk about Coach Telesco. Watching him in the interview, talking to him before this series and before this tournament as the runner will advance to second on the pass ball there. He was just kind of, I know he's from Arizona and has done a lot of stuff there, but he seems like a California dude, just really laid back. He's got a really cool kind of different beard. There's not the top of the beard, and then he's got nice hair coming out, flowing out of the back of his, his hat there as a bald guy. I'm really jealous of that. But just he seems like a laid back guy that's really focused and kind of lets his team just go out there and play. Whatever he's got going for him, it's working for him really well this season.
A young coach, 32 years old, at the helm of this program, has moved up quickly in the ranks as Annette rips that one past Hall. That's going to bring home 2 runners. Barrier Pilon scores. Medellin scores. And CBU has now taken the lead 2-1 thanks to Ashley Annette's 2 RBI double.
And that's what this CBU team has done all season. They don't give up many runs, but when they do, they have an answer. 3 hits in a row with 2 outs, and that one punched in right center field. A couple of runs scored that advance from first to second on the pass ball as well. Just kind of everything going well from them early, and they're on the board and off and running here in the WAC tournament.
That'll bring up Victoria Macias. Comes in batting .310 on the year. Just 58 at-bats this season, but has been a big part of this program as of late. The junior from Riverside, another hometown kid, playing for the Lancers, a transfer in from the University of Hawaii at Hilo.
Yeah, she's played through a lot of injuries this season. A lot of people have this time of year. You're not 100%. You want to be as close to that as you can be. But when Coach Telesco, when we asked him about, what he thought about Ashley, said this is a leader that has stepped up throughout the season and again, really done a good job of leading by playing through some injuries on the season. Didn't say what those injuries were, but said that she was one of the toughest kids on the team for sure.
So 1 runner in scoring position and Annette on second base. 2 outs here. CBU comes into this 40-16 overall on the season, 15-3 in conference play. Last matchup of the regular season against Tarleton State University. The Lancers needed to win the series to secure the 1 seed. They won the first game of the doubleheader 7-1, dropped the second one, and then it was a must-win situation to get that coveted top seed where they won 7-6 after Tarleton State had taken the lead late in that game.
Yeah, just
So Lily Riley strikes out her first batter, but not before CBU has 2 runs come across to an 2 RBI double from Ashley Annette.
Looks like Coach Telesco isn't the only mastermind behind the Lancers championship season, starting with his wife Marissa, who played at Arizona State, along with her sister Mia, who played at Colorado Christian University. His brother-in-law Dane played for GCU, and his brother-in-law Drew played for Arizona State as well. His father-in-law, Andy, got a professional start with the New York Yankees and got traded to the Houston Astros and once again traded to the Arizona Diamondbacks, where he ended his professional career. He is now currently the head coach for the USC Trojan baseball team since 2022. Guys?
Great stuff from the third member of our broadcast team, Danny Weiss. And hey, when you have a father-in-law that's Andy Stankiewicz and the success that he has had, it's no wonder that head coach Brandon Telesco has come as far as he has in such a short amount of time. He said he's constantly picking Coach Stankiewicz's brain, just everything from keeping the culture, keeping a season intact, strategy, always learning. He said, I'm a student of the game, and it certainly has shown in his early success so far.
Well, we've done a lot of those type of hits over the years. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody with that many folks either in softball or baseball, not only that played, but also you can see they're all infielders. And of course, you know, when you got major league and college experience, if you got somebody to go to and you get that information from, not much better place to get it from. So, yeah, he definitely comes from a line of baseball and softball folks. And, you know, his wife is, they've had some kiddos, and she's stopped down her career to raise those kiddos, and he's still coaching, but she's supposedly really helps him out, and he leans on her a lot for questions and gets a lot of answers for her, because obviously early in his career it was all baseball, softball a little bit newer, and you just kind of sit back and wonder, like, guy here in his first year doing it like he's done it this year, what's the ceiling? We've kind of seen the floor. What's the ceiling for a person like that?
Great things ahead for Coach Telesco, a family affair, as it's Armendariz, Sturzer, and Haygood, your 5, 6, 7 hole hitters up for the Wolverines. Swing and a miss there from Armendariz. But you talked to Coach Telesco. He said, why softball? It seemed like baseball really was in your blood. And he was honest. He said, look, baseball kind of broke my heart. He had injuries. Tommy John's, his career didn't go the way that he wanted, and he just wanted to pour in to young kids. He loves the game of softball, how humble these players are, and he's certainly built an exciting program for years to come here in Riverside.
You know, when you first get done playing, played in college myself, when you first get finished playing, I kind of detached from the game a little bit. The things that I missed, though, were, as that ball four, the things that I missed were the team stuff, hanging out with the guys, going to eat, lunch or whatever, just being around the team. It's kind of, you get away from the game of baseball, but you still, as you look in the dugout, get to see, and I know that's Utah Valley, but you get to see things like that. And those are the things that you remember. It's not necessarily the home run that you hit. It's the silly thing that you did on the bus or in the dugout that are fun. So it's kind of a way to stay around the game with not being in baseball.
We'll get a pinch runner in for Armendariz, number 12, Mackenzie Wright, the redshirt sophomore from Montana, a transfer in from Salt Lake Community College, as Sturzer is due up at the plate.
Love those things like Utah Valley was doing in the dugout. They already looked like a cup hat. I don't know what they're doing
cup
with
headband.
That. Yeah, kind of got the Gatorade cups there. That one fouled off. My favorite one is, you ever seen where they put the cups together and they make a fake radar gun? And the other team will put it on there, and it'll say on the front, it'll say they'll write slow, and on the back it'll say 84 or something like that to kind of make fun of the other team.
Sturzer shows bunt that pops up. Credit to Ashley Annette for making quite a difficult grab there.
Yeah, she got it, then she lost it and had to go down to second base. Just got off the end of the glove. Sometimes those almost ran over a pitcher too. Watch out now. But good job of realizing that even though the ball's on the ground, she didn't freak out and lose composure. She realized, hey, let's go to second, and got the forced runner there at second base.
Bring up Emma Haygood. She swings on that first one. The lefty batter from Garden Grove, California, 4th year with the program. Had a breakout year last year. Batted .429 in league play, was second on the team in home runs.
Yeah, and the numbers have dropped a little bit there, but she's still, they call her the team mom on the team, still working hard, get things done.
Haygood pops that one up. Nava all over that one for out number 2. And that'll bring up the catcher, Maya Higuereta.
Dinava's right where she's used to being with the lead. Got one base runner over there at first base, but really does a good job of changing speeds, working in and out. Has just about every pitch in the book and knows how to locate them.
Higuereta, the senior, has been with the program for all 4 years of her career. Coach credits Higuereta for being another one of those tough players as she gets hit by a pitch there. So she'll advance to first. So with 2 outs on the board, Utah Valley has 2 runners on, and that'll bring up your 9-hole hitter, Rye Binney.
Yeah, and you said she was tough. Higuereta didn't even hardly flinch when she got hit by that pitch. Yep, got me. I'll go down to first. Maybe a little bit of an ouch, but not much of one. She heads down. Now, we saw in last inning the Lancers got things done with 2 outs. Now, with 2 outs here, can the Wolverines do it?
Binney, the redshirt junior, showing bunt. Russell Millen over that to get the 3rd out. So no runs come across in this one. We head to the bottom of the 2nd on the other side of this break. 2-1. We got some fans in the stand here in Stephenville, Texas, the host side of the 2026 University Credit Union WAC softball tournament. Lily Riley inside the circle, due up for the Lancers. 7, 8, 9, Peterson, Robinson, and Madrigal. Sydney Peterson, the newcomer to this program, a transfer in from LSU. This is one of the veterans that Coach Telesco brought in. Across her 3 years with the program, qualified for the NCAA regionals each season, a super regional in 2024. Coach wanted somebody who knows what it takes to get to the College World Series. Brought that to Riverside.
Well, a long way to go to do that, but they're off to a good start in the regular season with what they've done and taken first place in the WAC regular season. Those are big goals to have in your first year, isn't it?
Hey, you got to dream big, right? Peterson follows that one back. She's batting .219 on the season.
Yeah, that's what most people say. I prefer to dream small. I just want to make it to the next meal. You know what I mean?
What? What kind of nonsense is that?
Just kidding. I look 2 meals ahead, not just one.
Peterson gets a chunk on that one, heads that out to right center field. There to make the grab, but not in time before it falls. A nice effort from Sturzer out in right field, and that's a leadoff base knock for Peterson.
Boy, California Baptist has really come out and swung the bats well. They're being patient, and you know, in the circle, Riley, this is her second day of work, went all 7 yesterday. Don't know if she's feeling tired, but at least the CBU hitters are telling us that they're on her early.
Robinson showing bunt there. Gets the lead runner out. Close call there. Peterson called out at second.
That was a heck of a play by Rye Benny as she came over and totally changed her momentum. Went to second base instead of first, and if the runner there, Peterson, would have slid, I think she might have been safe, but she went up feet first, or excuse me, she went up standing up, and that allowed Benny to get her out at second base. Great play.
Rye Benny has been so solid at third base for the Wolverines, showcasing some of that stuff there. As Jordan Madrigal is at the plate now for the Lancers. Madrigal, the freshman from Victoriaville, California.
Well, Benny's normal position is shortstop, and she has a strange injury story that the coach went over, Coach Thompson went over about how they actually did surgery on her a couple years ago and took out her meniscus in Canada and then didn't put it back till a couple years after that, right?
She was having a lot of bone-on-bone.
Yeah. Actually took that
contact.
sucker out and then didn't put it back in until last year. She's starting to get it more mobility once again, but yeah, it's kind of limited her mobility, and her and Moreno have switched spots, and it's really paid off for the team. Obviously, both of them playing very well in the field.
Yeah, she actually was getting shorter, Coach Thompson
Yeah,
said,
one
which
side.
is crazy because the bones were grinding together so much. And Benny really came in as a freshman and was pretty electric and just has had some nagging injuries over the course of her career.
Yeah,
A swing and a miss, and Lily Riley gets her second strikeout of the ball game with 2 outs on the board. We'll go back to Malachi Russell Millen. Nice pitch there from Riley.
Malachi Russell Millen.
Yeah, it was good job blowing it right by her there and keeping CBU at bay, only up 1 run. Well, just go back to Benny and that great play at second base to get that lead runner. It makes all the difference. Strikeouts help too. The more of those you can get, especially with runners on base, the better it is for a pitcher. So Riley's stepping up, making a big pitch.
You love the competitive drive of Lily Riley, someone who just wants the ball in her hand, as Russell Millen will foul that one back. Just her second year with the program, but she was big last year in the tournament. She tossed 5 innings against the WAC runner-up Tarleton State. She picked up a couple complete games this year. She didn't throw a lot last year, so it's really impressive how she's been able to step into her own, as Russell Millen will line that one over to Moreno, and that will end the inning. So a shutout second inning. We're headed to the top of the third. CBU still up 2-1. Tarleton State softball complex. We'll get to see the home team, the Texans, as the 2 seed in the next game as they'll take on Utah Tech, the 6 seed. Trailblazers got into the tournament in heroic fashion, had to beat Abilene Christian. They dropped the first one, won the next 2, and then kept that momentum going. Due up here for the Wolverines, it's the top of the order. Moreno, Mann, and Rodriguez. Moreno had that leadoff double. It was reported as a double in the stats book, and had hit off the glove of Russell Millen.
Yeah, that was originally they ruled that here at the game an error, but they changed that quickly because that was a frozen rope down to the third base line, and really just no chance for Russell Millen to field it. And it goes off her glove into left field, or actually down the foul line. And good job of Moreno being heads up, getting down to second base and pushing the things early on. You want to get some of those runs against a good team like CBU, and no better way to get it started than with a double to lead off the game.
See if she can do that here. Moreno owns both the single season and career triples record at Utah Valley. She's actually one of 3 players in the NCAA to hit the cycle this season. She did that against Southern Utah the last series of the regular season.
It's impressive. There was only one more thing hitting-wise more impressive than the cycle to me. You know what that is?
What is it?
That's the home run cycle.
I
don't think anybody's ever done it. That's where you hit a grand slam, a 3-run shot, a 2-run shot, and a solo.
You'd have to be having a fantastic day. Probably your best day ever. Moreno pops that one up, trying to make the grab. Coming over there is Russell Millen, but a little bit too far
first off,
away.
you have to have 4 home runs, and I would argue that's probably a better day than a cycle for 4 home runs. But yeah, to be able to do it, and it's just luck, right? I've seen a couple of people get close over the years, but never actually seen it happen.
Moreno crushes that one, but it'll stop short to Medellin out in center field. Looked good coming off the bat. Not a whole lot of wind today, but just gets under that and pops it up.
Yes, still blowing in a little bit from left field, kind of more center field, but not much, maybe 5 miles per hour. So we saw one get out yesterday in both games, both of the 2 games that we saw. There was one in the first game. Utah Valley hit one in that first game against Southern Utah, and then the second game we saw one from the WAC Player of the Year, Pappas, who hit one out to left center. So you can get it out, but you're not going to get those, high pop-ups that just kind of float out like you might get sometimes here at Tarleton State.
So that 2-run shot from Pappas was an absolute no-doubter.
Yes.
Man at the plate, had the sac bunt for first at bat.
That was what we call it, don't speak. No doubt.
No doubt. Man has been another staple in this program. The grad from Tallahassee, Florida. It's actually her 4th year with the program. Got that extra year with the JUCO role. Came from Salt Lake Community College. Coach Thompson said she's the one that speaks the most. Find her in the 2-hole. She was also in the 5-hole earlier this season. We've seen her in the outfield. They call her Angel in the Outfield.
Yeah, they get that obviously from the old Disney movie, Angels in the Outfield. But
and I've actually seen that one.
Have you? Good for you. I have too. That's almost behind my time, but because it was a baseball movie, I went back and watched it. Good movie for sure. And she's already made a really good play in the outfield, cut off what should have probably been a double and got it in. Didn't end up saving any runs because of a pass ball and a good base hit later on in the inning. But still, those kind of plays, those extra ones you can get to or cut off, they make a big difference in games and especially in tournament games.
Man pops that one out to right center field. Robinson making the grab for out number 2, and that'll bring up Rodriguez.
Now batting for the Wolverines,
Well, Denava, early in this game, I wouldn't say she was off, but Utah Valley hitters were getting to her a little bit. She seems to have settled in. She had, you get the the first game off, and you watch the whole team was here yesterday watching the Utah Valley and Southern Utah game to see who they would play, and it ended up being Utah Valley, but they stayed, and just like Utah Tech is here to watch this one as they get ready for game 2 against Tarleton State.
Rodriguez skies that one to a net. 3 up, 3 down for the WAC pitcher of the year. Miranda Di Nava making quick work of the inning. Bottom of the 3rd coming up next.
Game start. Introducing Gatorade Lower Sugar. No artificial colors. No artificial flavors. No artificial sweeteners. And 75% less sugar. Gatorade Lower Sugar. Hydrates better than water. Is it in you?
Across the country, there are destinations that are calling. We stand proudly above the ranks, a testament to our unwavering commitment to excellence in all that we do. Always embracing the extraordinary.
7 dynamic cities, home to 7 world-class institutions.
The Western Athletic Conference. Together, we are one WAC.
University Credit Union has been serving students, employees, and alumni of the university community for more than 70 years. We've got plenty of moves that benefit our members, like the lowest loan rates in the nation guarantee, educational resources, personalized savings and investing advice, and 24/7 online and mobile banking. Plus, our virtual assistant, Royce, is always happy to deliver an assist. University Credit Union, the winning choice. Learn more and join today at ucu.org.
The Western Athletic Conference would like to thank its great corporate partners for sponsoring the 2026 University Credit Union WAC Softball Championship. Jersey Mike's, proud supporter of Western Athletic Conference women's sports, a sub above. And The Venue, official ticketing partner of the Western Athletic Conference. So 2, 3, 4-hole hitters up for the Lancers. Severance, Ferrier, Pilon, and Medellin. First strike in for Lily Riley. So 1-1 count after that one misses the zone. Severance, a familiar face, 3rd year with the program, the junior from Norco, California. 2025, she actually broke the record for highest career batting average. The program, born in Riverside. Coaches challenged her to steal more bases. He said, you got the speed. Once you're on base, let's get those extra bases.
Well, there's a lot of good players from Riverside on this team. The pitcher, Denata's moved back to go to Riverside. Her whole family comes out to watch her. And then that's Severance, another good player. Just easy recruit. Just recruit around you. That's really easy. You don't have to go anywhere, do anything. Hey, come play here.
And a lot of coaches, I mean, if there's great talent in the region, they want to keep that in California.
Sure.
Now, Coach Telesco doesn't have a whole lot of ties to the Riverside region, but it was a stars aligning situation where the job opened up, and Severance hits that one into left field. Making the running grab is Rodriguez.
Punched it out there. Rodriguez on the run, making the catch. That's one of those tough ones right there when you're trying to catch it as an outfielder, where it's kind of in the middle position where you either going to have your hand like she had it, turned upwards with the fingers of the glove upwards, or it gets down underneath your hips and right at your hips. That's when you want to turn the glove over, and sometimes that can be a hard one to catch when you're running in because you don't know which way to turn your glove. She did a good job there just staying with it with the gloves up. Making the catch, get that other hand underneath it so it doesn't fall.
From the top 25 freshman in the nation, Kenzie Ferrier-Pilon back at the plate. Poked it through right center field past the second baseman, Tatum Hall. Her first at bat. Batting .398 right now. She's been one that's really fun to watch. Actually, with that hit, she matched the single season record for CBU. Needs one more now to break it. She needs 2 doubles as well to match another record. Coach Teleska's been so proud of her efforts this season.
Again, doing that all as a freshman. Batting almost 400, right under that mark, which is, you know, for baseball and softball, that's the mark that if you're a 400 hitter, you're not good, you're great. She's been great this season, and if you're going to set the school record for hits as well, and you're doing it as a freshman, I would say she's inside the top 25, but I'd say those numbers put her more inside the top 10.
71 hits on the season for the freshman. 19 doubles already this year.
71 hits and 176 at-bats. That's amazing.
Now, she was recruited by the old staff, but I'm sure Coach Telesko came in and said, okay, I like what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, I think I would just say, yeah. I may not bring up that first part and just say, yeah, we recruited her too.
Yeah, exactly. We wouldn't have known. Makes him look like a genius, which we've certainly seen this season. Most wins in program history by this team. The record was 33. That was set by the 2023 Lancer program. They hit 34 back on April 11th and just have continued from there. My goodness. Reaching 40 wins on the season.
Well, going back to Farrier Pilon and players like her, just because you didn't recruit her doesn't mean that you don't get to take credit for what she's done. Obviously, recruiting is just really the first step when it comes to building a player. They've done a great job developing her coming into this season, and she continues to be successful, and there's the record right there.
Farrier Pilon rips that one up the middle. There you go. 72 hits on the season. That's a new California Baptist single season hits record going to the freshman.
And that was another great at-bat. We've seen 2 really good at-bats from her today, just battling until she got a pitch she could handle and fired it back into center field for hit number 72 and get to put the crown on for most hits in a season.
Medellin rips that one right over to Binney. Trying to go for the double play. Binney goes to Hall at second, but Medellin is safe over there on first.
A great play by Binney. Check the throw over to first. Yeah, just a little bit ahead of that throw, but a great job by Binney as that ball was a little bit to her throwing hand side. She does a good job of getting the glove over there quickly, bringing it in and getting her out of the glove quickly to get it over to second base. And again, for the second time in the last 2 innings, making a great play to get that lead runner.
Rye Binney has so much knowledge, such a high IQ for softball, as that'll bring up Ashley Annette. She got the scoring party started with the 2 RBI double through right center in the first inning. The 4-year veteran, a second-team All-WAC selection last year. Pops that one, gets it to drop in shallow left field. So a base knock for Ashley Annette.
Annette's got a little bit different kind of stance as she celebrates with the scuba celebration down there at first base, which has become very popular. But a little bit different, standing straight up. Kind of reminds me of somebody like, if you ever watched, I don't know, this is probably too old a reference, Mickey Tettleton, who used to stand straight up, held his bat really weird, but kind of dived into pitches. And you don't see players do that a lot anymore. She's had a lot of success with it this season and today. There's another big hit.
Macias pokes that one through the right side. Trying to come home, she's safe. A run comes across, and that's Median.
I think we're going to get a review here.
Get a review. 3-1 so far as the call stands on the field. Take another look. A great at-bat from Macias, who struck out at the first. Sturzer comes in, try and make a great throw. Did Higuereta get her in time?
It's really bang, bang. Got that arm in, but was the tag on her before it took. It was a great throw from Sturzer in right field, put it right on the money. And just a little, I think she's going to beat this just by a little bit. I think that hand probably got in. You saw the tag was actually more in the midsection instead of the front because the throw was just late. And a good job sliding there coming in from second base. And so big challenge here to see if they extend the lead right now 3-1. But bang, bang for sure.
And a great throw from the outfield that we saw from Sturzer out in right field. And I really liked Victoria Macias making that adjustment at the plate, coming through, seeing Riley for the second time, struck out that first one, delivered the base knock when she needed, at least giving her team a chance. We'll get the call here. And they called her out, so a huge play for the Utah Valley defense as we get another look. Higuereta gets Medellin, and that is a huge end to the inning. No runs come across. We're headed to the top of the fourth. CBU clinging to a 2-1 lead. What a way to get out of the inning. Utah Valley with the bang-bang play from the outfielder Megan Sturzer over to Higuereta to get the out at home plate. Hard to believe Sturzer, they had her playing shortstop earlier this season as Hall pops that one up deep to right center, trying to make the grab as Medellin unable to do so, and Hall gets all the way to third base. A leadoff triple for Tatum Hall, and that's just what she does. She's been a triple machine as well this year.
Wind blowing in a little bit, and if it was blowing out, I think that one maybe scrapes the back of the fence instead of the front of it, but hit off the fence, and you'll see it when it comes down. Both outfielders there, Medellin and Robinson there, but bounces off a little bit wild, and there's the Utah Valley dugout celebrating the cup hat there. I don't know if they're expecting rain, kind of a different umbrella.
Hey, if you were stranded in the woods and you happen to have some paper cups, that's what I would use. You would collect the rainwater. I don't know why that's the reference I thought of as Dara's.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kendra Sheehan, the outdoors woman.
You know, I just watched a movie, Apex, on Netflix, and it was about surviving in the wilderness. Anyway.
And they had a big Bear Grylls talking about cup hats.
I don't know.
Maybe they're just trying to catch hits as that one rained down from the heavens.
Ooh.
A triple that rained down. There we go. That's
I
called
like
a
that
segue.
one. There we go. That was Tatum Hall's, actually just her second triple. I was confusing her with Moreno as the triple machine, but Hall has been so good for this program just with the power. 11 home runs. That one nearly out of the park.
But she got a good piece of it, just a little bit underneath it. She hits it. I mean, the difference in softball on that ball being over and that ball hitting the fence and being a triple is literally millimeters. And so you'll take it, put a charge in one, and see where it goes.
Armendariz pops that one foul over the third base side. Armendariz drew that walk, her first at bats.
Key now is having the lead off at third base, getting that runner in and tying this game. However you can do it, you know, ideally you get a pop fly out into the field, or obviously you'd like to get a hit if you could, but you got to do it with 2 strikes here. You're shortening the swing and making sure you're putting the ball in play and making it hard on this defense and trying to get that runner from third.
Opportunity here for your two-way player, Armendariz. Sits on that one, so full count coming. Armendariz has been so clutch. Something about tournament time. She's good all season long, but gives this team an extra edge.
You know, those players like that can deal with that high-pressure situation, so valuable to have. You know, you need the regular players that can do it throughout the season, but there's something different about tournament or playoff players. It's just something that they have inside them where that moment just doesn't scare them, and they're able to accept it and just kind of go with it.
A member of the 2025 WAC All-Tournament team. Armendariz skies this one. Calling everybody off is your center fielder, Medane, for out number 1.
Yeah, all the way in. You won't see that much coming all the way into the shortstop position to make the catch, but the center fielder has the right to that ball, and she did a good job of calling off the infielder, Ferrier-Pilon.
Head coach of the Wolverines, Cody Thompson, standing by with third member of our crew, Danny Weiss.
Thanks, guys. Coach, you came into this weekend strong with a 3-2 win against Southern Utah yesterday. How are you bringing that energy into today?
Yeah, you just felt that energy right there. We needed that call. This team's just got all the energy in the world right now, and we're going to keep it up.
Your defense is on a roll yesterday, and you brought that roll into today. What went into that prep?
Yeah, the defense on our team has just been phenomenal all year, and it's going to continue throughout this tournament.
Great. Thank you, Coach. Guys.
Thanks so much, Coach Thompson. And great stuff as always, Danny. I love what he said about defense. I mean, a play from Sturzer to Higuereta changed the ball game. Now you're only still down just 1 run. That would have extended the inning. Another run would have come across.
Yeah, they've got good play. Riot Benny has been really good. That one hit down the line, just foul. But yeah, defense has been a big player in this game. That's why we're at 2-1 instead of something like 6-5.
And that goes back to the veteran squad. Coach Thompson said, look, our core has been here for a while. The returners have talked all about the runs that this program has made during the tournament. They've reached the semifinals in back-to-back years. Sturzer fouls that one down the third baseline.
Just a little out in front on some of these pitches. Need to stay back just an extra second. And again, the big deal here is just getting that running from third if you're Utah Valley. And of course, CBU playing in with the infield, except for the shortstop, who's back a couple.
Swing and a miss from Sturzer, and DeNava gets her second strikeout.
Well, now it's going to have to be a hit that gets it done. Sturzer goes down on strikes. Haygood coming to the plate, but yeah, get the strikeout there, and those things are huge, especially a leadoff triple. If you can leave that runner over there moving forward, I mean, that's part of the reason why she's pitcher of the year, right? Is we got a shift on in the infield.
Big gap in left center field. Should Haygood be able to pull it that way? Haygood batting .326 on the season, 42 hits, has brought in 34 runs, 7 doubles, 6 home runs, drew 22 walks in 2026.
6 different players on this team with 20 or more RBIs. Matter of fact, 24 or more RBIs for Utah Valley. Really solid numbers throughout the season.
And that's really that pass-the-bat committee approach that Coach Thompson likes. He said it really takes everybody this season. There's been a different person who has had their shining moments, and this group has been so unselfish in the way that they play this year.
Big pitch coming here.
Haygood stays alive.
Daynava doing a good job of moving the ball, or excuse me, Daynava doing a good job of moving the ball back and forth, switching speeds, really keeping them off balance, and eventually she'll go back to that rise ball and try and get him up out of the zone to finish him off.
Her rise ball is certainly that go-to pitch. Goes to the rise ball and gets the strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts for Miranda Daynava, and Utah Valley strands the leadoff triple. Back here in the Tarleton State Softball Complex, 7, 8, 9-hole hitters up for the Lancers. Peterson, Robeson, and Madrigal. Peterson had the base hit to right field in the first, or her second inning, in her first at-bat. Peterson coming in batting .225, 29 hits. He's drawn 20 walks the course of the season, 7 hit by pitches, as Lily Riley remains inside the circle for the Wolverines.
Kind of turned into some good defensive play this game, which started offensively, a run for the Wolverines in the top of the first and then 2 for the Lancers in the bottom of first. But now you see a bunch of goose eggs on that board over there as this one fouled off to the right side. It's kind of turned into a pitching duel here as of late with some really good defensive plays as well. This looks like, I mean, this is what tournament ball looks like at the Division I level. Now, later on in the tournament, may look a little bit different as those runs tend to increase, but early on, these pitchers, this is kind of what they work them up to all season. And like Lily Riley here, going 2 games in a row. She's pitched every inning of this tournament now, which working on her 11th inning of work.
We'll see how long Riley will go for. Will she try and go the distance today?
I would think.
Unlikely.
You think that's unlikely? I think, I mean, I haven't seen anybody even warming up at them there. Even California Baptist has had some folks warming up down there for them on and off, but we'll see. I think they work all the way up this. They used to really, a lot of these teams used to really work these players really hard throughout the year. It's a different motion than in baseball, so they can handle a lot more. And I think, you know, unless she really gets into big trouble, if she can finish it off, she will.
Peterson chops that one over to Benny for out number 1.
Well, I really like watching Benny play third base. She's got such quick reaction time. She's a smart player, really technically sound, makes good throws. I mean, everything that you need to do.
Our very own Danny Weiss is standing by with the WAC Coach of the Year, Brandon Telesco.
Thanks, guys. Coach, this is your second time playing the Wolverines this season. How did you prepare for today?
Yeah, no, it's a good team, well coached. We knew they'd throw everything at us, but it's really about us. That's how we've gone into every game. We want to be the best versions of ourselves, and no matter who the opponent is, we know they're all quality opponents, especially here at the tournament, and we respect everybody. But it's really about us and just preparing to be the best versions of ourselves.
You came into this weekend talking about an offensive edge with the smaller field. How have you seen your team adapt to that today?
Yeah, I think for us, it's no matter how big the field is, right, we still want to just be able to stay short and hit line drives. And I think you're seeing that, right? We have 7 hits. We're taking some really good swings and just hitting line drives gap to gap, and that's our approach. We're not a long ball team, regardless if it's 190 or 220. It doesn't matter. We just want to stay within ourselves and hit line drives gap to gap.
Thank you, Coach. Guys?
Thanks, Danny. Thanks, Coach. An incredible diving play from Angelique Mann in the outfield to rob a hit from Stevie Robeson. That was shallow center field. Here comes Mann again, moving over to left center. 3 up, 3 down for Lily Riley. This defense for the Wolverines showing out.
Mike's, they slice your order fresh right in front of you. And let me tell you, watching that can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, baby-like wonder, anticipatory chewing, nervous pacing, happy claps, and finally, jealousy, because that's this guy's sub. I should order one. Good idea.
Get the Boardwalk Bundle, a number 2 sub, chips and a drink for $10.99. Available for a limited time.
It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Clutch seats. Get in on the action. Don't miss the save. Scoring tickets has never been easier. Get your tickets now at soldout.com. Soldout.com is a proud partner of the Western Athletic Conference.
Across the country, there are destinations that are calling. We stand proudly above the ranks, a testament to our unwavering commitment to excellence in all that we do. Always embracing the extraordinary.
7 dynamic cities, home to 7 world-class institutions.
The Western Athletic Conference. Together, we are one WAC.
The Western Athletic Conference would like to thank its great corporate partners for sponsoring the 2026 University Credit Union WAC Softball Championship. University Credit Union, the official financial institution partner of the Western Athletic Conference. Gatorade, proud to support the Western Athletic Conference. And soldout.com. Visit soldout.com, the official ticket resale marketplace for the Western Athletic Conference. Well, it's the top 2 teams in the league in fielding percentage, and we've seen quite the show from Utah Valley in defense, as we'll have 8-9-1 do up Higuereta, Binney, and Moreno. But my goodness, the Wolverines have gotten themselves out of some tricky situations. Great plays from the outfield. Mann, Sturzer, Higuereta at the dish.
Yeah, Angelique Mann, oh man, with some of those plays she's making out there in the field. That diving play in center field, she for sure took away a hit right there. Those, in center field, you get your cleanest look on the ball in the outfield, and she did a great job of seeing that one right off the bat and being really aggressive and going and making a big play for her team.
De Nava goes high in the zone there. She's ahead in the count to Higuereta, who was hit by a pitch. Didn't even flinch in the second inning to get on base. Fly that one back foul.
Nava, again, just has really settled in, gave up that run in the first inning, and that's when you can get a lot of times to good pitchers, whether it be in tournaments or early in the season. Get them before they settle into the game. Every situation is different. When they settle in and get comfortable, it's hard to get to them, and we've seen that here this afternoon.
When I spoke to Dinava before the tournament, she said, I have a lot to prove coming in as a transfer. I mean, her work speaks for herself, but a lot of familiarity came from Cal. That's where head coach Brandon Telesco was the last 2 seasons. He was the associate head coach, the recruiting coordinator, led the offensive strategy, so didn't work with the pitcher a ton as Higuereta chops that one over to Farrier Pilon.
Good job there by the first baseman. And Annette just keeping her foot on the bag, throws a little bit high, had to reach up, but kind of brought the foot off and then put it back down, gets the out. And yeah, going back to Nava and just talking about her, right? So she's coming over, hasn't had the chance to really pitch a whole lot in these tournaments, and that's the next challenge for her. She did it during the regular season. Can she be a workhorse throughout a tournament like this and lead her team to a championship?
Binney goes up the middle for a base hit. Good opportunity here as Moreno is now due up. Moreno, man, your 2 on deck. Moreno, we've already seen her numbers. 1 for 2 on the day, had that big double in the first, flew out to center field in the third. But it's interesting when you talk to Dinava, and I'd asked her, this was a group that had a ton of new faces, 4 seniors, and she said this is one of the best programs that she's been a part of, just in terms of the support from her teammates. She had 103 innings pitched over at Cal, had that experience, just not really in the postseason, as that one has popped up shallow infield. Russell Millen there to make the grab. Moreno.
NBA playoffs going on right now, and a lot of sports, when the playoffs or when the tournament starts, the bench kind of shortens a little bit, and that's kind of what has happened here in the playoffs, and that's especially what happens with the pitchers as well. As you see Mann's catch an inning ago, or the last half inning, great job coming in and getting that one.
Mann due up at the plate right now, and it's funny, when I watch that play, I have seen so many plays like that from Angelique Mann throughout the course of the season. It's just what she does. She has such a good eye for when the ball comes off the bat. She's already moving, covers a ton of ground.
Yeah, that's good positioning, too. You can look in center field at the CBU crew. They're positioned different. You got to remember, it's not just the infield where they move players around. Coaches do it in the outfield as well. And a coach that really knows his spray chart, where you need to position players, can make a big difference. So it's a lot of different things. Obviously, number one is Mann's ability to just go get a ball and make a great diving play.
And Nava takes care of Mann, catches her staring that one. California Baptist, another shutout inning. Lancers at the plate when we come back. Back here in the bottom of the 5th inning, we have our first trivia question of the softball tournament. What is the oldest continuous sporting event in the U.S.? The Kentucky Derby, U.S. Open, World Series, the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show, or Belmont Stakes? What do you think, Byron?
I think it's the Dog Show. Dog Show.
All right. I
What do
feel
you
like
think?
I have to pick a different one. I don't know. I feel like if it was the Kentucky Derby, I would have known about it.
Yeah. I think you'd know a lot because you probably got some.
What about Belmont? Ooh, a hit by pitch from Malachi Russell Millen.
I think she's going to come back.
Oh, we're going to bring her back.
I think she stuck her elbow out there. Now, got that elbow guard on, and I kind of agree with this. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Put that elbow out to get hit by the pitch. And to me, you should get that base, but only if you don't wear an elbow guard. If you're willing to stick it out there and take the hit by pitch without the elbow guard, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
If you got the elbow guard on, nope.
That's fair. Well, you look at over the course of her career, I mean, in 2024, she actually set CBU's single-season record hit by pitch 14 times in the season, so she is no stranger.
There's actually a way to take a pitch like that the same way and stick the elbow out, but you do it in a different way. You can't chicken wing it, what they call it, where you stick it out like she kind of did. You have to, when you go back and you load your hands as a hitter, you pull your arm back, you pull your hands back, and when you pull your hand back, the elbow goes back as well. But it's not easy to do, and you have to really be thinking about it before the pitch.
Russell Millen weakly dribbles that one over to Moreno at shortstop for the first out. So the hit by pitch came back. She stuck out the elbow, grounded out to short.
Good play there. Off balance throw on the run. And these players, we've seen so many good defensive plays in this game so far.
Top two defensive teams as Severance hits that one over to Moreno. The throw no good to Haygood. And Severance is on base now. A little bit off the bag, forcing Haygood to make a play. Unable to do so.
I'd like to see how they score this because the throw was off, but that was going to have to be the perfect play to get the out. I think they probably should score that as a hit. The bad throw didn't cost them a base or anything like that, and it looks like they've scored it a hit at least early on. That's a really tough ball to get to and make that play going into the hole, away from the bag. It looks like we're going to have a new pitcher.
So Lily Riley's day is done. We'll tell you about the new pitcher inside the circle. The other side of this break. Stay with us. New pitcher inside the circle for the Wolverines. It's Paige Armendariz. Comes in with a 5.67 ERA. 6.4 in the win-loss record. 70 and a third innings pitched. 35 strikeouts. So not those power strikeout numbers, but a two-way player who has had to do a lot this season in terms of changing her approach. We talked with head coach Cody Thompson about the replant rule, the leap, and how she's had to adjust.
Yeah, something they don't call a lot in travel ball, and there's been not really a rule change, but just an emphasis on keeping that pivot foot that they throw down on the ground.
Farrier Pilon pops that one up, making the grab off her shoulder is Brittany Moreno. It's no wonder she has been so good for this program. The WAC Co-Defensive Player of the Year showing off at shortstop.
Great job. A little celebration there. You can see the dance by Haygood, the first baseman, but great job of getting back to that ball and bringing it in. But going back to Armendariz, you know, basically you would they almost call it a crow hop, like you have in baseball and softball when you're throwing from the outfield, but that foot comes off the ground. And early on in the season, they were calling that a lot on her, and she's had to change how she's pitched and really redo a lot. Coach Thompson, a great pitcher's coach. You know, I think he's been on the Olympic team before in regards to that, and has done a really good job of rebuilding that. She had a really good outing, went 5 innings a couple of weeks ago, and I think he said he basically shed a tear because it was so hard for her to get over you know, her foot coming off the ground, and you can see it slide there and the turf coming up as she delivers it. But that a rule emphasis that's really affected a lot of pitchers across the nation.
Yeah, and you think, you know, rhythm is everything in pitchers, and talked to some members of the softball community. It was really Kelly Barnhill, played for Florida back in 2019, was in the College World Series, as they will get the out. What a throw from Higuereta over to second to catch Severance, trying to steal second. That will end the inning, and the defense once again prevailing for the Wolverines. Another shutout inning right to the top of the 6th. Two-one lead for California Baptist, and here's the answer to our first production trivia question. Oh my goodness, it's the Kentucky Derby.
Well, I'm disappointed. I thought it was the dog show.
I was wrong too.
What did you guess?
I just went with the Belmont one at the bottom because I thought it was different. I thought they were trying to trick us, but well, there you have it, the Kentucky Derby.
They don't have to think too far out of the box to trick us, at least me. Maybe you. It doesn't take much. Trivia. I just thought the one that looked different was the one that might be it. That was the dog show to me.
Trivia, not that great at.
You ever had a dog that was really good? You thought you could get into maybe win a dog show?
2 cats.
Yeah, I know. I got 2 cats, 2 dogs. Coach Thompson has a dog that during the interview needed in and needed out quite a bit.
Rodriguez pops that one all the way out to left field. Maddie Severance there backing up to make the grab.
Now batting for the Wolverines.
So we have Paul and Armendariz due up.
Doesn't it really feel like De Nava is just rolling now? There's been base runner here or there, and we've seen both sides making really good plays defensively, but it feels like De Nava has settled in, and she's kind of knows exactly what she wants to do. Starts right there with the backdoor breaking ball that probably caught a little bit too much of the plate, but good change of speed. Just got these batters off balance. They're making contact. Are some strikeouts in this game, 4 of them for Utah Valley, but they're making contact. It's just mostly not good contact.
De Nava has certainly settled in. Coach Telesco said she's got that moxie. And I love that word, and I love how it describes De Nava. So humble as well for a pitcher who's had lights out numbers, 164 strikeouts coming into the tournament.
Yeah, moxie, one of those words that you would think they used like back in the 1930s to describe like a hair paste that you put in your hair. You want moxie? Use the, Sterling hair paste. But that is a good word, and yeah, you can see it. Just a little bit of a swagger she's got that she carries. And that can really, things like that, well, they're not that big a deal, but other players see that and they follow it. You know what I mean? She ends up becoming a leader, as Hall had that triple in her last at bat, off the wall in right center field.
Hall certainly capable of hitting this one out of the park, and a difficult park to hit out of. And really, we saw the only runs come across in the first inning, and then 4 straight scoreless innings for both programs here.
Yeah, you go back, Hall going back to the 4th inning when she had that triple. That was a leadoff triple. And I think the biggest part of the game for CBU has been their ability to keep her at third base and keep this a 1-run lead in that 4th.
Hall weakly hits that over to the second baseman, Sydney Peterson, able to make the throw over to Ashley Annette for the second out, rather. Armendariz now from inside the circle.
De Nava, too, doing a good job, and it's been this way all season, and it's been this way most of this game. She gets out in front of hitters consistently, and that is one of the things that really separates her. Now, she is getting a little bit of the outside corner there, like on that one. That one looked a little bit out, and I know hitters will get frustrated with that. But, hey, if you're getting it, go back to it, and that's what she's done.
Armendariz, it's a huge chunk of that one. Backing up to the warning track is Medellin. 3 up, 3 down for the WAC Pitcher of the Year, Miranda De Nava, going to work here late, bottom of the 6th on the other side of this break.
What began 75 years ago with just 42 students in a borrowed building has grown into a global community shaped by faith, learning, and calling. 75 years, thousands of stories, each one a life of purpose in the making. At CBU, students discover who they are and how their story fits into something greater. In classrooms, in competition, and around the world. You were made to live a story that matters. You were made to live your purpose.
University Credit Union has been serving students, employees, and alumni of the university community for more than 70 years. We've got plenty of moves that benefit our members, like the lowest loan rates in the nation guarantee, educational resources, personalized savings and investing advice, and 24/7 online and mobile banking. Plus, our virtual assistant, Royce, is always happy to deliver an assist. University Credit Union, the winning choice. Learn more and join today at ucu.org.
Leading off the inning for the Lancers, number 25.
Due up for the Lancers, 4, 5, and 6, Michaela Medellin, followed by Annette and Macias. Due up for Armendariz, take a look at Lily Riley's numbers. So she finished with 4 1/3 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts, and 7 hits. As we see our second pitcher, Medellin, rips that one through the gap right past the pitcher in the center base, or center field rather, for the base knock, leadoff base knock here, the bottom of the 6th.
CBU trying to build that lead, get an insurance run or 2 here in the bottom of the 6th going into that 7th inning. We had all our runs back in the 1st inning. 1 in the top of the 1st by Utah Valley, 2 by CBU, and they've got a good start to the bottom of the 6th.
And due up is Ashley Annette, exactly who you'd want at the plate right now. She's 2 for 2, has driven in the 2 runs as Medellin is going to steal second there. She's safe.
Good throw down, but this time Medellin just a little bit too good of a jump. And the bunt at home plate, I don't think there's really any intention to bunt by Annette. I think she just did it to kind of take just that little bit of attention off the runner and make it a little bit easier as the officials going to get together, talk a little bit. I think they're going to review whether or not
she left early.
Yes. You can't review whether or not that they're going to, like if there was interference on the bunt and not pulling it back, but so they have to be reviewing whether or not she left early.
Really, and you look at the stolen base numbers, Severns is your main one, 32 for 37 coming into the tournament. Medellin, we've seen her get to second
32
already,
for
12 for 15.
32 for 37 is ridiculous
She's
in
fast.
softball. Not being able to go until they release that ball, and that's really a big number. What do you think? Did she go early? I didn't notice it.
Let's take another look at the replay.
Yeah, we'll do that here
Our
in a
production crew's done a great job. Blaine Temez, our trusted producer for the WAC softball tournament.
All right, we got picture in picture. That looks right. That looks to me right on point. Bang, bang for sure. When is the ball out of her hand? I think she was still on the base when. I mean, she started to go, but you watch that foot, and that is a great shot, by the way. I think this is. I think they're going to keep it the same. I don't think we're going to get it. I think it's going to be safe at second. I think that was bang, bang, but I don't think she's left as of yet when the ball's released.
I think it was great timing on Medellин's part.
Throw just a little bit wide back to the third base side, and a great slide. See how when she slides in, that left hand is on the outside of the bag towards the right field side. That doesn't sound like a big deal, but it is, because just that extra couple of inches you have to go to make that swipe can make a difference. It's in these sports, it's always a matter of inches. So again, we've seen a lot of really technically sound softball throughout the day, whether it be getting the lead runner on a play to third, or whether it be something like that, sliding in. Even the slide going back a couple of innings, back to the third on the throw from Sturzer into right field. The only reason they called that safe originally is because Medellin, who slid in from second base, went into the outside, tried to slide around the tag, and that's what made it so close. So we've seen a lot of really good, base running is a big deal in softball. The margins are so slim and so small that being on the right side of the bag, or things like when you're running the bases, hitting the inside of the bag with your inside or your outside foot. So you want to, when you're running the bases, it cuts down a little bit. You want to hit the inside of the bag with your right foot. That makes you just a little bit closer to the bag. And here's the call. Safe.
So the call stands. Medellin is safe at second, just like we thought. Hey, we are 1 for 1 on the day so far. Good for us. And good for
that won't last.
Kayla Medellin.
0 for 1 on trivia, 1 for 1 on And at least we're doing the thing that matters.
Right?
We're supposed to know about softball. So we got that right. I don't know anything about the Westminster Dog Show, obviously. So big moment there is now with no outs, you got a runner in scoring position, a duck on the pond, as they say, and one of your best hitters at the dish.
Annette fouls that one into the bleachers.
Again, in softball, you don't see very many hitters, and you really don't see it in baseball much anymore, but very many hitters that kind of stand straight up and attack the ball off that stance. And this is, Annette's one of the players that do it.
Annette showing bunt. There to make the grab is Binney, so the sack bunt to advance Median over to third. Just one out on the board. Ashley Annette does her job. Brings up Victoria Macias.
Great job putting the bunt down, and a great job of just small balling their way to a runner on third. Got the stolen base with a great timing on the pitch a couple of pitches ago, and then there put the bunt down, and no chance to get that runner at third, and now got a chance to get an insurance run here with one out.
Macias struck out in the first inning, had the base hit to right field in the third. You know, one of the things I love with the conversation that we had with Coach Telesco is a big part of him coming into this program is he wanted to bring joy back to softball. You know, when you're having fun, great things happen, and you can really see that here just with the way this team has rallied around each other. And when you're having fun, you get 40 wins on the year.
Yeah,
and you put in the work. You got to put in the work. That was also key, but bringing joy back to the sport.
That's a chicken and the egg kind of thing. In this game, it's whether or not, you know, does the joy come first, does the winning come first? Because when you win, there's a lot of joy there too. But yeah, there's definitely a culture that is set that needs to be. You need to have that good culture and the right feel, and that comes from practices and things like that early in the season. And as a coach, there definitely is, you know, you can set a tone that can change things up, and it seems like he's done that.
Coach came in June, brought in a ton of new players. He said, if you want to know what our culture is like, look into our dugout, see the way that we rally around each other, and then take a look at that two-strike approach. We're gritty and tough, and we have seen that so far.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes when people say that too, obviously nothing wrong with what he said, but I just think of the players before kept carrying around like sledgehammers or something like that. They went to work and just kind of not having fun. Obviously that's not the case, but.
Macias pops that one into shallow right field. Running on to make the grab is Sturzer. It's not deep enough for Median to come home, so 2 outs now on the board. That'll bring up Sydney Peterson.
And you kind of wonder if Sturzer doesn't make that throw earlier in the game, is that something they might try from third base to home? But obviously you've already seen she's got a great arm out there, and with her running in and having that momentum, didn't want to test it.
Peterson follows that one down. Head coach Cody Thompson making the grab for Utah Valley. Snags that one.
Yeah, Cody Thompson got that. And actually, Coach Telesco was going over for it as well. They kind of met, and he said, good job.
Class act. Peterson hits that one right up the middle. That is good enough to bring home Median. So an RBI single for Sydney Peterson. The Lancers extend their lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the sixth.
Well, at bats like that are what tournaments come down to. You did everything right before that. Move the runner from first to second with the stolen base, from second to third with the bunt. You got 1 out and a chance to get them in. You don't get it done, right? But then up next comes Peterson, fires that one into center field. You get the insurance run, and now you got a little bit extra wiggle room going into the 7th inning.
Love the way that California Baptist has found a way to manufacture some runs. That'll bring up Stevie Robinson. We'll have a pinch hitter in for Robinson. It's number 8, Kimberly Westover, the freshman from Santan Valley, Arizona, Boston Butte High School.
Another spot here to try, just trying to get good at bats and add on. And get a good hitter in here, a chance to, with a 2-run lead, to look at a freshman hitter, as you said, with a chance to get into a moment in a conference tournament that maybe she doesn't come through here, but maybe that's something that she logs and in the future of this team can get it done. As that one shot down the right field line, foul.
And we've seen in the tournament just the first 2 games yesterday, those pinch hitters have come in. Bailey Marvin for Utah Valley drove in 2 runs on her single base hit that she had. I believe Utah Tech. Let's go back and look at the notes, but the pinch hitters have certainly risen to the occasion so far in this tournament.
Pinch hitting is really a skill, being able to come in. You don't get any swings. In the majors, you can go and you're going to pinch hit. Maybe in the next inning, you can go underneath and there's cages you can hit. These ladies don't have that. They don't have that. They can't go back and take a couple swings. You're coming straight off the bench, jumping in there. You get a couple of swings on deck. Then you're asked to deliver in a big moment. It's impressive when players can do that.
Westover lines that one straight to Binney. That will end the inning, but not before an RBI single, courtesy of Sydney Peterson, gives CBU some insurance heading into the top of the 7th. Play of the game, Jersey Mike's, a proud supporter of Western Athletic Conference Women's Sports, a sub above. The play of the game goes to Ashley Annette. How about that 2 RBI double in the first inning to kickstart this CBU offense?
Great job of the Lancers answering the run in the top of the first with 2 runs of their own in the bottom of the first inning. And that hit, of course, the biggest part of it to drive those runs in.
Due up now for the Wolverines, Sturzer, Haygood, and Higuereta. So CBU did exactly what they needed to do. The bottom of the 6th, Utah Valley now here with 2 outs to work with as Sturzer lines that one right to Peterson.
That one hit really hard, but like you said, Peterson a couple of steps to the left to reel it in for the first out. And CBU now 2 outs away from advancing to the next round.
And with the bye from the Lancers, CBU really just needed 2 wins to get to the WAC Championship game.
Nice to have that bye if you can earn it. And it also saves saves your pitching. Don't have to bring as many people in.
For the Wolverines, number 28, Bailey Marvin.
Well, hey, when the Wolverines need something big, why not bring in Bailey Marvin, the pinch hitter from yesterday, who came up clutch with the 2 RBI single, batting in place of Emma Haygood here in the 7th.
First pitch misses outside. Yeah, had that hit in the 5-6 hole over to the left side. Another great pinch hitter. We talked about the pinch hitter in the top of the inning, or excuse me, the bottom of the 6th. Now Another opportunity here is watch out in that dugout. That's why they'll have those big fences. I always like in softball they've got them that go all the way up to the top. You know, in baseball most of the places only have them halfway down. If you don't duck over there, you get in trouble. But it is a lot closer in softball.
That one paints the corner for strike number 2, and once again, D. Nava continues to be ahead in the count.
Yeah, good job Madrigal right there. Framing up that pitch. I think it was a little bit outside, but kind of pulled it in just a little bit. Got the call for a pitcher.
Big pitch coming. That one goes to a rise ball. Marvin doesn't bite. Counts even at 2. Second year with the program, Bailey Marvin comes from Payson, Utah, graduate of Payson High School, spent 3 years at Salt Lake Community College. She helped lead her team to a Region 18 tournament title and an NJCAA tournament, national tournament berth. So,
well, you can see
experience in the postseason.
Yeah, she's got a great eye at the plate. And she earns the walk here. And that's part of it. When you're pinch hitting, you're down 2 runs. If there's nobody on base, as much as you want to hit the ball hard, you have to remember that you got to get somebody on to put that tying runner up at the plate. And that's just what she did right there. Worked the walk, fouled a couple of pitches off, and now she's on first base, and we'll see if we get a pinch runner for her.
We will get a pinch runner. So coming in for B. Marvin to run is Kendall Purdy, the senior from Heber City, Utah.
Purdy, really strong base runner, comes in a lot late in games when the Wolverines are up for a defensive substitution. But one of the better base runners on this team, and she, while her run obviously does matter, she has to play it safe here with 1 out. Don't want to get caught straying too far off the bag or take too many risks, because the run that matters is the one that's at the plate.
Higuereta at the plate now for the Wolverines. Purdy was a big part of this program last year in their WAC tournament run that they went to the semifinals. She was actually hitting. She hit out of the 9 spot, and she actually hit a 2-run triple against CBU. Now she comes in a critical pinch running position. Higuereta was hit by a pitch in the 2nd, grounded out to short in the 5th. No bigger at bat here for Higuereta. That one just misses the zone.
De Nava's been getting that one a lot lately, and you can see, again, Madrigal turns around and says, how much did that miss by? There's a right way to ask. It's not like, hey, where was that one? When you turn around and ask, it's just, hey, how much we missed by there?
Swing and a miss from Higuereta. Counts now even at 2. Higuereta wanted that, you can see. 4th year with the program. Nine-hole hitter. One for middle, back in the 5th. See what she can do.
De Nava went back to that rise ball for the strikeout. Got her to chase up in the zone. I think that might have been out of the strike zone if she lets it go, but first one over for a strike as De Nava continues to nail down the outside part of the plate. And again, you're seeing the whole variety of things. We've seen rise balls, change up, drop balls. We've seen her hit the inside and the outside corner. She's worked up in the zone and low in the zone and even high out of the zone on that last pitch. And just wherever she wants to go, she locates it well and changes speeds. And yeah, she doesn't have a 70-mile-an-hour fastball, but when you can do everything really well, kind of a jack-of-all-trades, master of none, it actually turns you into a master of one, and that's pitching.
And that's winning ball games as well. That one misses. Nava.
17-7 on the season. That's a great record, looking for 18th win.
Came in with 164 strikeouts, already has 5. Looking for lucky number 170, perhaps, here today.
Yeah. Trying to get it, going to be hard to get against a slap hitter. Who's really just trying to put the ball in play as Utah Valley down to their last out here in game number 1 of 4 in a row for us here today. We'll both do 3 out of 4. That's not too bad.
That's not too bad. We're excited. Benny gets a piece on that, pops it up to Severance for out number 3, and just like that, California Baptist gets their first win in the postseason tournament here, 3-1 over Utah Valley, the first postseason win in the Brandon Telesco era. Miranda D. Nava, the WAC pitcher of the year, goes the distance, 5 strikeouts, only gave up 3 hits, 7 innings pitched. CBU looked good. We didn't see a whole lot of the potent offense. Credit to Utah Valley and their defense, but D. Nava got it done inside the circle.
Yeah, Utah Valley definitely made some great defensive plays. You know, they actually, I wouldn't think the number is this high. They end up, the Lancers do, with 9 hits, but a great job of the top team in the conference coming into this game, reacting well. They gave up a run in the first, but then De Nava does her things and shuts down the Wolverine the rest of the way, and they get their win 3-1, and that's really the key. You know, if you're going to get to a really good pitcher, you usually have to do it early in the game. They got one off of her, had a chance in the 4th to get another one with a leadoff triple, couldn't get it done, and CBU not unexpectedly moving on to the next round of the tournament play tomorrow.
So CBU's day is done. They will await the winner of Tarleton State, the 2 seed, and Utah Tech, the 6 seed. That game starting at 1 p.m. But Friday noon will be when the Lancers play. We do have head coach Brandon Telesco standing by with Danny Weiss. Take it away, Danny.
Thanks, guys. Coach, you just won round 2, and you're heading to round 3 tomorrow. How are you preparing for that?
Yeah, well, we'll scout the next game and see who we're going to play. But like I said earlier, for us, it's just about being the best version of ourselves, continuing to play our game regardless of who our opponent is. We respect everybody, but it's about us and how we play.
Coming into this weekend, you've won the regular season. With this being your first season with the team, what would it mean to win the championship?
Well, it means everything. It's for the kids that are laying the foundation, right? This is our version 1, our first team, and for us, it's about the players that have laid the foundation, right? We won our first championship in school history, and but for us, that doesn't mean anything if we don't get it done this weekend. And so we came to this tournament with an 0-0 mindset, and now we're 1-0 and just trying to win the next one.
Miranda De Nava has now pitched 25 innings against Utah Valley. How did she stay so consistent on the mound?
Yeah, it's her mindset. She's the ultimate competitor. I didn't think she had her best stuff today. I thought she missed some spots, but she's a dog, and I want her to have the ball every game because of her mentality, and she wants the ball, and she's going to will the team to a win, and I felt like she did that today. She's going to compete. She's going to attack the strike zone, and she gives us a chance every game.
Thank you so much, Coach. Guys.
Great stuff, Danny. Our post-game interview is brought to you by Signature Championship Rings. Your success set in stone. Utah Valley faces UT Arlington in an elimination game here at 4 p.m. But the Lancers are moving on to Friday, a 3-1 win over Utah Valley. For Byron Anderson and Danny Weiss, I'm Kendra Sheehan, saying so long from the Tarleton State Softball Complex. All games airing live and archived on the ESPN network of apps. We'll see you for the next pitch at 1 p.m.